This video is for class 7 physics, and today's topic is laws of reflection of light. So since we have studied the reflection of light, which is the bouncing back of light, during the bouncing back of light, okay, many things are created. Let us see what are the things which was created, which was discussed in the last class. In the previous class we had discussed, like, suppose we have a mirror, right? Suppose we have a mirror here. Then suppose a light is incident on it. When the light is incident on it, this light or ray of light has a name called the incident ray. Then we have this point wherever the light is striking. Let me change the color. Yeah. This point here, and that point was expressed as O. This is the incident ray. This point here is known as the point of incidence. And when the light gets reflected back, suppose the light is getting reflected back. When the light gets reflected back, this ray was known as the reflected ray. And there was one more term which was known as normal. Any line making 90 degree with the surface. Any line making 90 degree with the surface. So let this be N. Let this be N. And let this be R, right? So here IO is the incident ray, NO is the normal, and OR is the reflected ray. And then we had a few terms like angle of incidence and angle of reflection. These were the few things we had done. Now there are two laws called laws of reflection of light, which joins all of them, right? The first law says that this angle, the angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. And the second law says that the incident ray, this ray, the reflected ray, and this normal all lie on the same plane. That is the plane of your screen, flat on the screen. They are all lying on the flat on the screen. No ray is coming out of your screen. They lie all on the same plane, where at the point of incidence. So these are the two laws which you have to study. So let us go back to your book, which is page number 53. Okay, coming back to the page 53, where we are discussing the laws of reflection of light. The reflection of light ray at a surface obeys the following two laws, which I have just now discussed. Number one, the angle of incidence is always equal to the angle of reflection. Here it is shown, the angle of incidence is always equal to the angle of reflection. Number two, the incident ray, the reflected ray, and the normal all lie in the same plane. They are all lying on the same plane. So I have tried to do one experiment and try to put it on the video, so that will prove the laws of reflection of light. So our next topic is the verification of laws of reflection of light. The verification of laws of reflection of light. So the verification of laws of reflection of light. Whatever procedure is followed in your book, I shall give you a video link for that. Right now I am showing you the verification of laws of reflection with a very simple method using the laser light. Okay, so I have taken a blank sheet of paper and a mirror, and I am placing the mirror on the blank sheet of paper. Now with the help of a pencil, right, I am trying to draw one line with the help of a mirror. Then I have removed the mirror, and I'll try to draw one normal first. Okay, so when I draw a normal, then I have to measure the angle with the help of a protractor, so that I will get the angle of incidence. So I have taken a protractor here. I hope you know how to use the protractor to measure the angles. Then first thing, I am supposed to draw one normal. So with the help of a ruler, I am drawing one normal. Then I shall get a normal such that it makes 90 degree with the surface. I am naming it as N. Now I am have to measure the angle of incidence. Before that, let me draw the silvered surface of the mirror. Now with the help of a protractor such that I keep the 0 mark on the normal, I will measure 50 degree. So measuring 50 degree, so right now I can draw one line which will represent my incident ray, So I have my incident ray such that the angle of incidence is 50 degree. I am naming it as I, and this is the point of incidence, which is O. So IO becomes my incident ray. Now I shall take a laser light and place the mirror back to its original position. So this is the laser light. I am using the green one, and I am placing the mirror back to its original position. So this has to be done very carefully. Now I am producing a light such that it coincides with the line which I have drawn. I am just trying to adjust that line. I shall get a reflected ray here. I am getting a reflected ray here. So since I have got a reflected ray and I am marked with a pencil a point on the reflected ray, so this is my incident ray, and the light which you can see is the reflected ray, and the normal is here. I have switched off my laser light. I have got a point here. Now I am supposed to join the point of incidence and the point on the reflected ray. So now I got my reflected ray. So I have my incident ray, normal, and R represents reflected ray. So OR is my reflected ray. Now measuring these angles, which was around a 50 degree, that was my angle of incidence. Now I have to measure the angle of reflection. This is my angle of reflection. It should also come 50 degree. So as you can see here, it is coming 50 degree, right? Since it is coming 50 degree here, my first law of reflection, which was angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection, is verified. So angle I is equal to angle R, which is verified. Now the second law says that the incident ray, the reflected ray, and the normal should come on the same plane. As you can see, they are all lying on the plane of the paper. Incident ray, reflected ray, and the normal all are lying on the plane of the paper at the point of incidence. So I hope you understood this. Thank you so much.